and welcome to Review the Light. Today we'll be taking a look at the new EA11 by Nitecore. But really quick before we get into it, make sure you click right down here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and right up here to follow me on Facebook. That'll make sure you keep up to date with the latest reviews and videos. So as you can see on the package, it claims to get up to 900 lumens off of a AA battery, and that would be a with the lithium-ion 14500 size, which is the same size as a regular AA battery. With other AA batteries, it won't go quite as high, but still it's pretty impressive. So if you want to take a look at any of these specs, just feel free to pause the video for just a second, and you can see any of the sides of the box, and I'll go ahead and open it up. And inside you can see we have the holster, lanyard, clip and spare O-rings, warranty card, the instruction manual, and the flashlight itself. So we'll look at the accessories first and set them out of the way. The holster, you can see the light slips right in there really easily. It has a Velcro flap to cover up the flashlight. On the back you can attach something to this kind of loop. You can clip it onto something. You can use this Velcro portion, or you can slip this like a belt or something right through that hole that's permanently attached. And you can see the little Nitecore logo right there that they have on their holsters. So that's the holster. I also want to take a look at the clip. The lanyard will attach right here in the rear. I won't bother to do that right now, I'm sure you can imagine. But with the clip, I wanted to clip that on there really quick. It can go on either direction. I like it on this direction. It's actually, with a light this small, a sturdy clip like this opens up a lot of options for you. You can clip it in your pocket or on your backpack or something like that. I also really like, if you don't have a headlamp with you, you can clip the flashlight onto like the bill of your hat like this, and then you've got a kind of a makeshift headlamp, which is really nice. And this clip is nice and secure, and it'll hold that on there really tight. So that's a function that I like, and you can do that with a lightweight flashlight. It won't weigh your hat down too much, so I appreciate that. Alright, so the EA11 runs off a single AA battery, like I said. You can see the XML2 emitter down in there. It's a large emitter in a small textured reflector, so it's going to be pretty floody. The texture of the reflector will make it a little floodier, and will also smooth out the beam pattern. You can see these two switches right here are what controls the flashlight. Mentioned the clip, the model name there, Nitecore name on the other side, a little bit of knurling on the body, but really most of the grip comes from the clip and just the shape of the body itself. And on the tail here I mentioned, you can see that lanyard hole and the structure of the tail. So to open up the flashlight, it comes apart at both the tail and the head. And there we go. I've already inserted a battery in there, but you can see in the head here we've got Nitecore's reverse polarity protection system built in. So if you insert your battery backwards on accident, you're not going to hurt the battery or the flashlight. It just won't turn on. You can see the spring at the other end down there, and it's got a standard nickel metal hydride rechargeable AA size battery in there. Alright, so to turn the as you can see, it just blinked one time and then was paused for a second and then blinked 3 more times. That indicates 1.3 volts. It does a voltage check every time you insert a battery. 1.3 volts is right where I should be for a fairly fresh AA battery. If you put a lithium-ion in there, it might blink like 4 times and then pause and then blink another 1 or 2 times to indicate 4.1 or 4.2 volts or something like that. So that's a handy feature. If you want to check your battery voltage, you can just loosen and tighten the body or the tail, and that's a good feature. You can also see it's got a red light set into the side there, so a secondary emitter is nice. So the standard use of the light is you press the power switch, which is the rear one with kind of the universal power symbol there, and it just comes on in whatever mode you use last, and then you can press the forward switch, which is the mode switch, to cycle through the 5 modes. We've got ultra low, low, medium, high, and turbo, and it'll just cycle through those. To activate the strobe mode, you can hold down on the mode switch for a second, and we went into strobe. hold down again, and we go to a kind of a beacon. It just flashes once every couple seconds. One more time, and we go to SOS. And those modes are not memorized, but any other brightness mode that you leave it in, it'll remember that brightness mode when you turn it on and off, just not the flashy modes. Also, when the light is off, you can get the red light to come on by pressing the mode switch. And just turn that on and off like that. And when the red light is on, if you hold down on the mode switch for a second, you get kind of a location beacon with the red light. So that's nice. You can also get direct access to turbo or the ultra low from off, no matter what mode you left the flashlight in, which I really like. So holding down on the mode switch for about a second takes you directly to turbo, no matter what mode you used last, or holding down on the power switch takes you directly to ultra low, no matter what mode you used last. So that's a really handy feature to have. Keep that in mind. So that is the EA11, and if you stick around for just a second, we will take it outside and give it a shot in the dark. Alright, thanks for sticking around with Review the Light. We've got the Nitecore EA11 out here in the dark. We're going to fire it up and give it a shot. So I'll turn it on in the red mode here first. You can see there's the red emitter on. When I shine it at the ground, you're not going to be able to see it on your monitor. I can barely see it out here on the ground due to the full moon tonight. If I shine it right at my feet, I can see it, but I can't make it out, anywhere else. If it were, a new moon, if there were no moon out tonight, or if I were in a dark room, then this red light would be plenty to get around by without ruining my night vision or really drawing attention to myself. So it's great to have that red. I really like that available. The beam pattern on it, you can see, has several artifacts due to the fact that it's a small emitter set in the side of a reflector, but it's so while it's not pretty close up, it smooths out about 10 feet away or so, and it's very functional. I really enjoy having that red light available. Nitecore does a good job, and I appreciate that they put that in several of their new lights. So I'll fire it up in the white mode now. So here's the dimmest of the white modes. You might be able to make out that on your computer screen if you have the brightness turned all the way up. Probably can't see it yet. I can make out the hot spot at about 10 or 20 feet. And if it were, if it weren't a full moon, this would be plenty of light for me to walk around by. Here's the next mode. You might be able to start seeing the hot spot now. I can make out the spill. The spill here would be plenty for me to use. Alright, so here's the brightest mode. And you can see it's definitely not a spotlight, not a thrower, but it does have the capability to throw for a little ways, even with how compact it is. Yeah, the beam has got some focus on it, so I can make out trees at about just shy of 100 yards. I could tell if there were any movement back there. But mostly this is going to be a short range to mid-range light with just the ability to, to use it out further if you don't have anything better on you. So you can see that there is a discernible hot spot. It's fairly wide and it's got a smooth transition out into the spill region. The spill is a pretty wide spill, so it's good for a sort of a floodlight feel. The tint that you're seeing on your screen should be pretty close to what I see. Just a fairly cool tint, but not bad. So this is the Nitecore EA11. Thanks for stopping by and checking it out on Review the Light. If you have any other questions about it or just want to see more information, I'll be putting a link to the full review once it's completed in the description. And be sure to, if you like the review, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and follow me on YouTube and on Facebook to keep up to date with the latest and greatest in flashlight reviews and videos. Thanks, and have a great night.